Good morning, YouTube family. This is Coach Erica Janelle coming before you. I have tried to do this video at least 4 times, and I keep having technical difficulties. However, I think we're going to be fine now. As you can see, I'm in my car again, on my way to take care of some things that I need to do for a couple of projects that I'm working on. But I wanted to come before you, and before I begin with the part 2 of You Don't Have to Be a Product of Your Environment video, I wanted to just share something with each and every one of you. I just want to let you guys know that I don't take for granted, not any time that I get a new subscriber, not any time that someone reaches out to me. I just want to let you guys know that it really touches my heart, and I'm here to serve you. I really appreciate you. I just want to help people get to the place in their lives where they want to be and where they desire to be and where they deserve to be. And as a small token of my appreciation for each and every one of my subscribers, I am working on an ebook that I will be uploading to ericajanelle.com. And whenever you subscribe to ericajanelle.com or Erica Janelle Life Coaching on my YouTube channel, I want to be able to send you that ebook. It's just a small book of affirmations that I created that I like to say over my life. And I want to share it with you. I just want to give you guys something that I can give tangibly to show you that I value and appreciate you. I thank you. I don't take you for granted. You are the reason why I do what I do. You are the reason why I keep pushing, even as I'm learning that this is a process and it's slow and steady wins the race with this. I just want to show you guys that I love you and I appreciate you. So be on the lookout for that. It will be on my website, ericajanelle.com, and it will also be on my YouTube channel as well as on my mentor.life. So I just want to share that with you guys. I will post everything and send you all the updates as soon as everything is completed. I hope to have that done today, and I believe it takes about 48 hours before it will go live. So just bear with me, be patient, but I just want to get that in your hands. Just a small token of my appreciation. Okay, now on to our video, our part 2 of how to understand that you don't have to be a product of your environment. This is a topic that some of my close friends and family and I have been talking about a lot within the last couple of weeks, and it's come up in conversation, and I feel really compelled in my heart to share with you guys a little bit of my journey, as I did in my first video, and how I decided that I wanted to do something different. A little bit of my background, if you didn't have a chance to listen to the first video. If you didn't, please take a moment to check it out on this channel or on ericajanelle.com. But I grew up in inner city Baltimore. My mom is a single mom with 10 kids. We grew up very poor. We grew up in a very unsafe environment. It was a lot of drug activity in my neighborhood, a lot of murders, a lot of shooting, a lot of carjackings. In the 90s is when carjackings really became like a thing. A lot of gang activity. It was just a lot of very negative, a negativity around me as a child. Between just the violence and the things that I saw in my neighborhood, and just growing up very poor and not having, understanding what it's like to have the lights out and the water out and the gas out all at the same time. Understanding what it's like to have to get the welfare cheese and the box from the welfare that had, with the peanut butter in it that had the shells in it. I grew up like that. And I always tell people I'm so grateful for how God allowed me to see what it's like to come from nothing and then see his power resonate in my life and in the life of my family, and us grow and become better. I don't think you have to have experienced those things to appreciate things. But for me, there's a deeper appreciation because I know what it's like to have nothing. I know what it's like to live in your car. I know what it's like to be put out of your house. I know what it's like to to struggle in almost every area. And it made me so much more grateful for everything and so much more humble. And I just remember growing up thinking, even as a little girl, ever since I can remember, probably maybe about 4 or 5 years old, I can remember thinking to myself, I want to work my butt off so that I don't have to live like this. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to see my mom struggle working jobs overnight and working hard, so tired she could barely keep her eyes open. I didn't want to grow up that way, and I didn't want my kids to have to struggle the way we struggled. So I just remember purposing in my heart that I wanted something different for myself. I looked at my environment and I said, I will not be like this. I will not be a statistic. I will not be one of these girls that's out here loose and just sleeping around with everybody. I will not be one of these people that fall into the trap of drugs, either selling drugs or doing drugs. I knew I just didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be on welfare. I didn't want to have to struggle. I didn't want to have to live my life that way and know what it's like to go through things like that. Because I had, I saw the stress and I saw the oppression that those types of things brought on my family and people in my neighborhood. And I just knew I wanted something different. And so as I, was growing up, I remember thinking, I have to go to college. I have to go to college. I have to get good grades so that I can get scholarships, because I know my mom can't afford to put me through college. I'm just going to work hard and do what I got to do so that I can be successful. Now, we all know that college is not necessarily a guarantee for success, but the way I was raised, that was the only people that we saw that was able to make it out of the ghetto, that was able to make it out of the projects, that was able to make it out of living in these types of environments. So for me, that was the only idea or the only example of success that I saw. And as a result, I knew that that was a pathway that I needed to take in order to get out of that environment. So I worked really hard in school. I got scholarships, that paid for all of my college in the very beginning. And I just worked hard and I just kept going at it and working hard at it. And I just remember thinking, when I moved away at 18 years old, I got married. My ex-husband was in the Marines and we moved to South Carolina. And once we moved to South Carolina, we were there for a year. Then we moved to Atlanta. And I was in Atlanta for the majority of my adult life. I just recently moved back to Maryland, and I'm hopefully going back to Atlanta someday soon. So I remember him and I both talking early on about how we knew we were going to get out and we knew we were going to do something different. Not everybody has that mentality, and I realized that. Not everybody knows that they can be something better. Not everybody knows that they can have more. And as a result of me coming to that revelation in my latter years, I understand the struggle of doing what you've always done to get ahead. So if all you've ever known was selling drugs to provide money to be able to pay your rent and feed your family, then that's all you know, because that's all you were exposed to. I get it. But there is a higher way. There is a better way. There is a way that will not cause anybody any harm. There is a way to be successful and to get out of a bad situation without compromising who you are and compromising your integrity. And I just want to encourage you guys, even if it's not internally something that you see you can do, I encourage you guys to seek counsel, seek life coaching, find out what you can do. Find out what you can do right now with what you have in your hands. We all have some special, innate talents and abilities that God has put in each and every one of us, And you've got to tap into those things. Those very things that you naturally can do well can be the very thing that takes you from poverty to prosperity in an instant. And I'm not saying instantly as in you don't have to work, because it's everything that we do that's worth anything is going to require work and effort and tenacity, and you can't be lazy. But tapping into those gifts, tapping into that drive, tapping into whatever it is that makes you uniquely you, 9 times out of 10 is the very thing that'll break that cycle of poverty mentality, of ghetto mentality. I really, my heart and my passion goes out to women and to young mothers, because I am a single mom. And I know what it's like to struggle on your own. And I don't ever want women to think that just because you're a single mom, you have to be on welfare. You have to, live in Section 8 housing. You have to walk around and be ghetto and conduct yourself like you don't have any type of values or morals about yourself. You can still be successful. You can still do something internally to change that mindset, and then you can change your external. When you change your internal, you change your external. I am working on a project and an initiative to help support single moms and single dads as well. I say single moms because I'm a single mom, so I can relate to single moms, but I'm sure it's the same type of situation with a single dad. There are right now currently some grants and some opportunities for people that don't have a lot of money, that may be on welfare, to actually start their own businesses. And so I'm looking into this program before I share it with you guys, because I want to make sure that if I share it, it's something that I can vouch for and say that is a good program. But it was recently presented to me through one of my good friends who's also an amazing entrepreneur, and she shared it with me to share to my audience. And I just want to take some time to review it really quickly, because I want to make sure that it's a good project and a good program. I'm not here to technically endorse it, but I just want to provide opportunities for people to know that you can be better. You can have more. You can be the opposite of what society says you're supposed to be. We don't have to fall into the traps that the world sets for us. God has a plan and a purpose for each and every one of us. It's unique, just like our fingerprint is unique. He wants you to do something to change this world, and you have it in you. I don't care where you come from. I don't care how little bit of money you have. I don't care how many things you went through in your childhood that told you couldn't do this and be this, and if you were raped and you were violated and you were gone through all of these different things and told you were stupid and not smart enough. I don't care any of those things. God has a plan and a purpose for you. You are uniquely gifted and special to make a mark on this world that nobody else can make but you. So tap into that. Start spending time in prayer. Start spending time seeking counsel. Book life coaching. You don't have to book me necessarily, but book a life coach. Please visit mymentor.life. It's a website that I'm on. If you're interested in booking me, my handle is mymentor.life/Erica Bostwick. If you're looking to hook up with any coach, but just get the help you need to move into and tap into that next level that God has for you, because there is something that He's put on the inside of you that only you can do in this world, and I want you to tap into it. I want it so much for you. I hope this message encourages someone, even if just one person gets something from it. I know I've done my job. I love you guys. Please be on the lookout for my ebook that is coming. Like I said, I should be finished with everything tonight, and then I think it takes about 48 hours before it becomes active and live. I just encourage you guys. I love you guys. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns. I love you, and have a wonderful, wonderful Labor Day weekend. Enjoy.